For your information, it's on record so that you can look at what is discussed in the class. Maybe later after we done on the channel, YouTube channel. And I am glad that you made it. You are able to like join the class. And so I can say that you guys are quite improving in the use of Zoom. So if you want to make a comment, you can unmute your mic and then you say something. If you don't have any comments to make, and you can continue to mute your mic, and that is the situation. That is how it is best. So because if your mic is on mute, so that you can get feedback around you, and maybe that will affect the class. So I see that most of you guys are quite able to use Zoom very well now. So we want to continue class. So first I am getting an update from Samuel that you guys are cooperating and getting securing your hard notes or your pack, and Samuel is updating me. And I don't know if Samuel, do you have anything to say before we continue with reference the cooperation of the class? And because you told me on Monday you expecting most of the students to cooperate and get the pack. The pack is just that's just the first set of the pack, and I will give you another second set of the pack, which should be the final set. It's not like other teachers or lecturers who are writing their own pack in handwriting. Mine is well typed, and you can imagine you have to do your research before you can type and then design a very good note for everybody to learn very well and to understand the concept. So if you have not secured the pack, I want to encourage you to secure the pack and latest next week, because it's also count for your continuous assessment, and there'll be marks allocated for that. My only The only means that you have to use to access or get the pack is through Samuel. That is, and Samuel is working with Connor. So you have to like see that you follow this channel, and this is not just for this year. Come next academic year, God willing, we are together. Then you see how you are advancing. They are actually my book. It's just like the idea is for me to lecture, and then you guys can make your own notes. But I've prepared notes for you so that you guys can use that to get some very good understanding of the subject matter. So we want to continue from where we stopped in our last class. I'm going to share with you our content. So as we can see, that is our content. Let me just increase the. So that is our content, and we have started, or maybe we are presently looking at, as you know, we are looking at statements and their connectivities, which we did in last class also. And from that, we will have to go to tautology, implication, equivalence. You have what we refer to as deductive and inductive reasoning. So this is deductive and inductive reasons. We have, this is inductive reasoning. So you have that, and then the quantification rules, proofs of what validity, and then basic mathematical induction. So that's the first part. But for you, just will look at proof of validity. Some other content will handle that before. So the remaining aspects of your notes will have to capture the concept of set, fundamental theorem of arithmetic, and relations and function, including algebraic structure. So that one also is part of some of the content. It's not that very long as compared to what you have in the first pack. So now we have gone to the point of talking about where logic started. Logic is quite important in mathematics. It is very important in mathematics to understand what logic is. And the reason is most of how we get information, or most of the analysis that we're doing as a student in biology, student in physics, and then you need some form of argument, some reasoning in some of these arguments. Okay. So what we studied that first is that what is an argument? We want to understand what's an argument. And an example I gave that is that say let's assume you want to know what an argument is. The argument is if I read the Times, then I'm well informed. I read the Times, therefore I'm well informed. So an argument, it's you see that there are statements there. You have the first statement, you have the second statement, and you have the third statement. The first statement is talking about if I read the Times, then I'm well informed. Say like if I read Citizen newspaper, or if I read when I say the Times, the New York Times, it's a newspaper. That simply means when you read it, you are well informed. Then it happens that you read it. So from those two statements of your argument is in line with your conclusion. So therefore, that is an argument. So the two statements of are called the argument. Okay. So statement 1, 2, and 3 are called the argument. The first two statements that you have there, these are the premises. And then if the premise is in line with what? The conclusion, then we say what? That is an argument. Such argument is what we refer to as what? Deductive reasoning. A reasoning that talks about a conclusion in line with your argument. Say, for example, all Sierra Leoneans are, are black. Mohamed Selu is a Sierra Leonean. Therefore, Mohamed Selu is black. So in that sense, Abubakar Manga, please meet your mic. In that sense, um, my argument is in line with the premises. So therefore, it is a valid argument and a deductive reasoning. And some of these things you will study them in logic or in reasoning, maybe your foundation studies, and it's quite useful, especially for also in law, as the case may be. And in most sciences, we normally use logic to do analysis. So what I've just established as a recap is that I have told you what an argument is. That is, an argument is something that must contain or has premises, and the conclusion of that argument is in line with what the premises. Then we say it's an argument. So, and then there are some basic terminologies that we use. So that is why I said the purpose of this chapter is to build a logical foundation to aid you, not only in your study of mathematics and statistics and other subjects like chemistry, physics, but also in your day-to-day contact with others, the way you discuss with others, the day-to-day contact with others is also part of on logic. So we can use logic in our day-to-day conversation. That is purely logic. Now, so we have terminologies that also I've explained to you. I said in logic, when we say what is a statement is any a sentence that you can assign to it being either true or false. A statement could either be true or a statement could be false. So if the statement, if in logic someone says, shut up, shut up is not a statement. It can't be, you cannot assign the truth value of that statement to it. So shut up is not a statement. It's maybe like it could be a command or something else. So that is it. Now, so while you have a statement, you now have with the statement, it could be a simple statement, that is, and then you have a compound statement. Say, for example, a statement is anything that could be true or false. I have a penny in my pocket. It could either be true or false. Okay, that is a simple statement. I can say I have a penny and a kobo in my pocket. That is a compound statement because I have used a connection or a connector there that we call and. I have I have a penny and a coin in my pocket. See, or I have a penny and a quarter in my pocket. That is what we refer to as a compound statement. So one, you now know what the statement is. Statement could either be true or false. You now know that what a simple statement is, and then also a compound statement. Amami S. Mansari, if your audio is on, you can mute your mic, please. Amami Mansari. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
I'll do that right then, sir.
So now we move on to what? The truth value of a simple statement. So we said the truth value of a simple statement is either true or false. That is how we assign in mathematics what a simple statement is. It's either true or false. And then the truth value of a compound statement is true or false and depends on only the truth values of what? Simple component parts. It is determined by using the rules of connecting those parts with well-defined operators. So if I have a compound statement, say for example, I have a compound statement that talks about if I have a penny and a quarter in my pocket. That is a compound statement. So and is the connector there or the operator that is linking those compound statements. Don't forget, the statement could either be true or false. That's a simple statement. Okay, and if you cannot assign a statement to be true or false, then it's not a statement. Okay, Teresa, welcome. Can you please mute your mic, Teresa? Yeah. Okay. So we have the compound statement true or false, and now the connectors there, that the connectivities there are what? The three connectors in logic that are very, very important are you have the and, you have or, and you have not. These are three connectors. They're very, very, very important in logic. There are three connectors, the and, or, and what? Not. These are quite useful in logic. Let's see how the connector conjunction. So the and is what we refer to as conjunction. So as you can see from the screen, if I say P and Q, P could be a statement, and Q also is another statement. When they are combined by and, then it becomes what? A compound statement connected with what? The operator and. So and is the operator. So for example, look at this, the two. If P is for what? I have a penny in my pocket is for P. Q is I have a quarter in my pocket. That is for Q. So if I want to join them together, I may give you that if P represents I have a penny and Q represents I have a quarter, how do you write what? The statement P and Q. So P and Q becomes what? In that form of what? Using the logical symbol. Look at it. You see the symbol that is used in logic for P and Q. So in that sense, I'll say what? I have what? A penny in my pocket and what? A quarter. I have a penny and a quarter in my pocket. So I have joined those two simple statements to get what? The compound statement. Okay? Another operator there is the disjunction. Disjunction. Disjunction is if you have what? Two statements. The statements are what? P and Q. If they are connected by or, then it's what? A disjunction. A disjunction is if I have a statement P or Q. Say, for example, I have a penny or a quarter in my pocket. So if I say, let P equals to what? I have a penny in my pocket. Q equals to what? I have a quarter in my pocket. Then, to join, to bring the two statements together, then I'll say what? I have what? A penny or what? A quarter in my pocket. That is the combination of that. And the final connector that I'll be using for logic here is what? The negation or the not. The not. The operator not denoted by, as you can see the symbol, that is the symbol for not, is called negation. Negation. Say for example, Muhammad is telling the truth. How can I translate that one? How can I negate that sentence? So if I ask you negate the following sentence, Muhammad is telling the truth. What will you say? The negation of that one, as in the case of what we have on the screen, Otto is telling the truth. Translates not T. Where T is Otto is telling the truth. Remember, T is a column, Otto is telling the truth. And the negation of that one simply means what? Otto is not telling the truth. I have negated what? I have negated the what? That simple statement, Otto is telling the truth. Is that okay? So that is how you negate sentences and what? And write and so, and finally, before we proceed, and I'll ask for your feedback, the final aspect is let's look at these general rules of negation. These are very important rules in negation. The rules are, if I have a statement that talks about all, then to negate that statement, I should say what? Some not. If I have a statement that says some, to negate that one, I will say no. If I have a statement that says some not, to negate that one, I will say all. And if I have what? No, to negate it, I will say what? Some. So the work exam write the negation of each statement. Say I give you in a test and I ask you write the negation or an assignment. Write the negation of each statement. So the first statement there is what? All people have compassion. Mr. Selu said, when I'm negating a what? A statement that contains all, the negation of that one becomes what? I should use what? Some not. So I'll say some people do not have what? Compassion. The next is what? Some. Look at this one. Some animals are dirty. How can I negate that one? I will say no animal is dirty. The next is what? All students take math 10. How do I negate that one? No, and some students, okay, some students do not take math 10. How do I negate that one? I'll say what? All students take math 10. And finally, no students are enthusiastic. How do I negate that one? I'll say some students are enthusiastic. So this is how what we have studied so far since the start of our classes, and and now you now know what an argument is in logic. You now can define what a simple statement is, compound statement. You know the connectors, and you also know some common rules in negating a what? A statement. And those are some of the things that we have shared. So the next aspect of our work is looking at what? The order of what? Operation. So in the order of operation, before I go to the order of operation, I will stop sharing the screen and maybe um, um, entertain some few comments from those who have questions to ask, or if you have a comment. I told you the rule. If you want to make a comment, you unmute your mic, and then I will know. Or at times, there beneath your screen also there's a point where you can raise your hand. Then I'll know that you want to make a comment. So if you want to make a comment, you unmute your mic. Then I know that you want to make a statement. I can see that Almami S. Mansari want to make a statement. Yes, Almami, we are listening.
Yeah, exactly, sir. Mr. Selu, some of us we are finding it very difficult to connect. So I don't know if it will be chance to just do a recap of the starting of the lectures, just the starting of the lectures.
Okay, that is what that
Of
is
course,
just.
those.
Excuse me, Almami. That is just what I've done. All I've just
Okay,
explained is just like the recap of the lectures. I've talked about what the
okay,
course outline. I've talked about what we are starting logic, and I told you what an
okay.
argument is, what a simple
And now,
statement
especially
is.
that argument aspect, I was
Yeah.
not.
Okay,
Yeah,
you were not around. Okay, the argument
I was
aspect.
not exactly.
Okay, maybe yeah, maybe we'll go. Have you secured your pack? Try to secure your pack from Samuel.
Well, I'll try to do that today or coming Monday. I've not
Okay,
secured
okay.
my pack yet.
So if your pack is what was with you, then it's going to be very easy. Now, so with reference
Exactly.
argument is that, let's say so. For example, the argument is saying if you read the Times, then you are well informed. Are you getting it? That's one sentence. Okay, you read the
Yeah.
Times, therefore you are well informed. So let me just guys, let me just share the screen so that I can answer Almami's question very clearly for him and. So this is the argument here. If you read the Times, then you are well informed. That is telling you one sentence, okay? One
Yes, sir.
sentence that is given to you. The second sentence is what? You read the Times. And the third sentence is what? Therefore, you are well informed. So I have what? Three sentences there, or statements there. I have the statement one, statement two, and statement three. All of these statements are what we refer to as an argument. Okay? That is an argument. Now, if the statements one and two, if statements one and two of the argument are true, okay, then
Yes, sir.
you must accept the statement three as true. So, in other words, a
Yes, sir.
statement one and two, you see, if you read the Times, then you are well informed. You read the Times. How can you conclude that? Therefore, the person is what? Well informed, because the condition is there. If you give the Times, you are
Yeah.
well informed. You give the time. So when the statements one and two are what we refer to as the hypothesis or the premises of the argument, okay, and statement three is referred to as what? The conclusion of an argument. I will give you arguments, like I'll give you statement one and statement two, and ask you to write the conclusions of those arguments. So you look at the argument. If the argument statement one and statement two support statements statement one and statement two are positive, then definitely you expect the conclusion to be positive. If they are negative, then you expect your conclusion to be negative. So that's just what we did in the
Okay.
in the argument aspect. And then we went on to what? The terminologies. I have just told you about the simple statement, compound statement. How do I write the truth value? What are the connectors there? You have the conjunction, disjunction, you have negation, and now we did also work example. So my next task is I want to start order of operations. But before that, let me just say if more guys have comments before I proceed.
Good. Thank you, sir. I think that's the only aspect that need clarification.
Okay,
For the other aspect, I'm following.
okay,
Thank you
okay.
very much, sir.
So please, yes. Any other person want to say something? Asana to Kuruma, do you want to say something?
No, sir. I'm
Okay,
okay.
yeah. Then Asana to them, mute your mic, please. Yeah, so that
Okay, sir.
yeah. Okay, and who else want to say something? Um, if you want to say something, just unmute your mic, and then you can. I will know that you want to say something, and then you have the chance to do so. Yes, Abu Bakar.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sulu. Yes, sir. I think you should just zoom your screen a little bit because the font size is so small that I cannot see clearly.
Oh, okay. I will increase that one. Yeah, I know. By the time you secure your own pack, it will be very easy for you. Okay, but I will
Exactly,
when
sir.
when I,
Exactly.
yeah when I'm so try to secure your pack from Samuel. Okay, so
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
yeah, when I'm sharing the screen, I'll increase the font size for you to see clearly. Yes. Any other comments before
Yeah.
I move further? Abubakar
Yes, sir.
Mansari. Yes, Aminata.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Mr. Seven.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I just want to help Abubakar.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can
go ahead.
zoom it for yourself. Like you can zoom it for yourself. Touch the screen of your phone and it will zoom so that you will see it better.
Okay, thank you very much, Aminata. That's good. Okay, guys, again, you know, Zoom normally gives what 40 minutes interval. Okay, for the use of Zoom services. So the ID number I gave to you and the password is the same. So when this time ends, I will reconnect again, and then you just need to log in again with the same ID and the same password. They will continue our class. I hope that is okay. Is that clear? So that we'll continue. So in case my time is out, I will just log in again, and then you will do the same, use the same ID, use the same password to connect. Okay. So yes. Any other question? Okay. So we proceed. Is it Emmanuel using iPhone M? Emmanuel, you can mute your mic. Is it Emmanuel or who is Techno DP7 Pro or whatever? Yeah, you can mute your mic, please. I can see your face clearly. Someone who's using Techno DP7 CRP. Yeah. Okay. So we proceed now. Another task that I want to accomplish is this. We proceed with our nodes. So then now we want to see order of operators. Order of operators. So please take note, this is quite important, that if you have, like, translate, look at the work example there. The order of operators says there, does say, parentheses are used to indicate the order of operations. Thus, if you have, like, you can see the negation that is out there, the negation that is out there. So you can see the negation that is out there that is saying, if that is, you have the negation of C and what? N and C. This simply means not, let's see here. Okay, let me just. So it simply means what? The negation of the statements N and C, and it is read as it is not the case. That's N and C. That is how you negate that statement. On the other hand, if I have the negation of N and C, means the negation of the N and what? The statement C. So in this case, N and C are different from when you have the parentheses including both the two statements. Here, the negation is only affecting one of what? It's only affecting N and not C. Now, let's look at the sentences there. I can give you one example. Please translate the given statement into words. So if you are translating those statements into words, the first one is what? Translate what? It's translated as what? P and Q is what? Say, for example, where I have what? P is representing what? I eat spinach. Excuse me. And Q is representing I am strong. So how can I translate this one in words? Look at the statement. P is for what? I eat spinach. Q is I am what? I am strong. So translate that one is what? I eat spinach and I am strong. Because of that symbol, the connection symbol there, which we call the connective there, which is conjunction, which is and. Okay. The next one is what? The negation of P. How do I write that one? P is what? I eat spinach. How do I negate that one? I do not eat spinach. So I'll give you sentences of that nature. Then I expect you to write them for me in words, what it means. The third one is what? You remember P and Q is I eat spinach and I'm strong. So to translate this one is what? It is not the case that I eat spinach and I am strong. And D says I do not eat spinach and I'm strong. So you look at what we have studied so far, and you can write those sentences from what? The symbol, you can write them into sentences. Just like normally when some of you want to write to your friends and as the case may be, where S is for this, Q is for that. So you normally join those things together to make a sentence. It's also applicable in mathematics. But in mathematics, there is that sentence should be a sentence that is accepted in logic, that is either true or false. That is the case. And now you can use the operators to write those sentences. Okay, so that is it for the operators there. The next aspect is what? The truth table. The truth table. The truth table is quite important. I told you if I have what? Let's say I have a compound statement. The compound statement must be connected by what? Either and or no. Those are the three operators, the fundamental operators. How do I do the truth table for such a compound statement? How do I do the truth table for such compound statements? It's easily by bringing the connectors together. Say for example, we have there, I have a penny and a quarter in my pocket. How can I write that one in terms of what? The truth table. Remember, the truth value of a sentence or a statement is what? It's either T or F. T standing for true and F standing for false. So the truth value of a compound statement is either Zainab Bakija, please you mute your mic for us. Okay, so there I have a penny, I have a quarter. So you see, that is, it is possible that those, remember that P and Q are making up a compound statement. A compound statement. So P, which is one of the statements of the compound statement, is either true, and what? Q, which is also another part of what? That compound statement, so that is that true. So you can either get what? The first aspect is true, and the second aspect is true. You have the what? It's possible that the first aspect of that compound statement is true and the second aspect of that compound statement is not true. You also have what? The first aspect of the compound statement is false. The second aspect of that compound statement is what? Is true. And or you have what? The first aspect of that compound statement is false, and the second aspect of the compound statement is also what? False. So these are the four possibilities there. Just like I tell somebody, if government pay me, I will pay you. Or if I'm paid, then I'll pay you. But now I go to the bank and I see that what? I am paid, but I did not pay the person. So that is, or the first aspect of the same sentence is what? I go to the bank, I realize I am paid, and I come, I pay the person. So I told the person, if I'm paid, I'll pay the person. So the first aspect is if I'm paid. Am I paid? Yes. Did I pay the person? Yes. So it is true and true. The first aspect also could be what? Yes, I am paid. Am I paid? Yes. Did I pay the person? No. So you see, but I'm paid. I did not pay the person. Okay. The third aspect could be is that I am not paid, but I got means to get the money to pay the person. So I am not paid, but I tried very hard to pay the person. And then the final aspect is I am not paid, and the person also, I did not pay the person. So these are the four connectors. When we join back, we are coming to go off. When we come back online, then maybe if you guys are, I'm going to reconnect again. So you can stay sign in, and then we'll continue our class again. Okay, so when I come back, I will entertain questions. If you have questions, you will ask them in which time. As I stop the sharing now and I reconnect again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
How many minutes are we going offline for?
Maybe just like maximum 1 minute maximum, 1 minute to 2 minutes maximum. Yeah, just try to like yeah. Is that okay?
Okay.